Well, today it's February the 5th, and I just decided this morning to share a little bit of the extended abstract of the systems movement, of the living systems, the seeing systems, and being systems, because a lot of people are shifting and going through a lot of breakdowns, and that breakdown is very important to have a breakthrough. So, how are we going to act on this? That's very easy actually, because we really need the technologies of organizational communion to serve as a revolutionary guidance system now. Before it was evolutionary, but now we use revolution. Tony Robbins shared a summit, it was all for free, and that's very unique to have this online learning happening with all different people globally. So a mondial space lab is happening in very many different ways, and but what we all share in common and what we all are doing is just suggesting how to have this understanding of the technology that's coming from the systems perspective, that's based on this understanding that considers the role of technologies of social interactions. And we know them as the soft technologies. I write those. I call them soft technologies because we are creating the conditions for the emergence of the healthy and our authentic communities. And that's not just local, it's regional, it's national, and it's global. And this is happening for many years in our groups of systems thinkers. And if you are thinking in systems, you know Tony Robbins and you know Oprah Winfrey, and you also know a lot of other um, people who were sharing a long time before how important it is to dance, to move your body, to be aware of the inner body, and to just have this coherence happening. But it doesn't matter that we are not having a fever and that not a lot of people need um, other things to get better. It's to foster social innovations and the emerging technologies that stand the best chance of giving rise to eco-civilizations. And we call them, when it's locally and globally attuned, we say global. And that is very open, it's emerging, it's spontaneous. So this new understanding of the dynamics, they are happening for a long time. And we Marcel and me and Sam and Arvin, we started in actually for me it was happening in 1974 when I started to think, and I was aware of my thinking. And my own experience was that I was aware of that there were thoughts, and I had no idea where those thoughts were coming from. So I started to act in the present, being in the present moment, and just constantly feeling in my heart if it was okay. And sometimes I just felt like I had to throw up, or I didn't feel comfortable anymore, and I had no idea what was happening and why. But that was because I was very much gaining mastery over nature, because the strategy of adapting the environment to my own needs is about gaining mastery over nature. And we have modified our surroundings, and we don't have to please others to feel comfortable. A lot of people who know me well know I am actually that way, always very open and honestly. So it's my own space, and that's why I decided to help as a motivator, because there is no strategy for the inclusive fitness of human beings. And there's also this overload and adapting ourselves in the world. For me, that's very much about a very authentic, integral approach That means my inner self, and it's between myself and the other systems that I'm co-adapting in the strategies for adapting with the world, and rather than either adapting ourselves to it or forcibly adapting it to us. Towards the technology of human interaction is sometimes portrayed as something that is apart from culture, like technology is not in the culture, or it should be um, as machines or tools or material objects. But for me, my whole life, it's 50 years now, it's everything is an aspect of technology, because we are crystallized as a culture, and technology means physical equipment and method or doing or making by which human capability is extended. So the cell is the smallest way in technology, in a system. And we all know that, like Google, Amazon, the alternative technology, the intermediate technology, the appropriate technology, and the blended technology, it's a structure where people can come together, and people producing the technology and what they are producing, as well as how they are producing it, is reflecting and embodying the values of their culture. So that's why technology transfer is no longer considered just a activity. It implies so much more. And low tech, high tech, hard tech, soft tech, the scaffolding, the support systems, the grip process techniques, the design methodologies, the decision making processes for individuals and collective self determination is knowing why and knowing what for. So when I was age 7, 1977, I was aware of the wisdom that is essential in giving a direction in this technological development, but I had no idea who to talk with. And for the benefits of humankind, and for re-stabilizing the well-being of the earth, it's our human presence. And I don't know how it happened and why it happened that I felt a sense of safety in my own human presencing, but I am aware of constantly stepping back into my heart, in my own energy, in my own vibrations, and finding that ability there deep. So being aware in the moment itself can solve so much more. And that's why I will be silent this year in 2025, because I really, really deeply believe that compassion and consciousness and the connection itself in yourself, in yourselves, is a spiritual awakening. So please, if you feel you are a bioengineer and you have this notion of will and this active attention is there, please manifest the willingness to think and act interactively in your own selves, in your own being, because that's the essence of Syntony. It's to explore the ways of fitting your own individual melody and to have this in the broader symphony of life as an essence, okay? Because when we all cultivate this sensibility and this responding responsibility that's calling us all, then we know we are all part of a new set of competences, and that's really important for the thrivable human presence on earth. We are the ones who are creating conditions, and we need to connect the dots, and we have to do it all by ourselves, because intrapersonal means thrivable with oneself, in yourself. And everyone who did Tony Robbins NLP knows that vision and mission is about being love, having love, and the mission is to get people moving in a more conscious way in love. How to guide that? So then we have to offer this compass how they can do this themselves. And passion means that you're feeling vibrant in the morning, that you're feeling intense, and that you're compelling enthusiasm is irresistible, and the people like it, and that integrity, the elevation of your character, your worthiness, your honor, your respect, it's really a very, very natural flow. So grace, the simple elegance, and considerating this composed way of being is what I shared before in a video. It is yes, I think it's 10 years ago now, when I first show up in a video on YouTube to help people, to remind them that it's flow, because I'm just tuning my actions and attitude to harmonize with my surroundings. And these 5 movements of symphony, as we call them, symphony because it's harmony that's flowing naturally, they constitute the ground upon which the sensibilities can be cultivated, and the responsibilities as a seeker in life. That's what we can bring into practice. That's what we're doing here, and that's the quality and the character. And if you look at Fuka, and you look at Tony Robbins, and you look at dream teams, a dream horizon, you can see how we are imaging the responsibility to be this co-creating thought-scape, and we can portray the future possibilities, because the character of Gaia is this art science, and we are all in this shift now. So we don't have to live in fear, we don't have to be scared, because everything that's happening with the earth, the weather, that was predicted 1,000 years ago. And it doesn't matter if you're driving the car or you will pollute the air. Just live your life. Everyone can just live their lives, and we can just learn to change our way of thinking, because that's everything. It's the application of this technology that's now emphasizing the synergetic relationship between us, the human beings, and the technology with AI, the society, and our environment. It's new ways of living life, and it's about creating value, but also raising not only standard of living indicators, but what's far more important is the quality of life indicators that requires an expanded treatment of innovation in our context of societal living, and how we are feeling well in our own society. So this innovation as a concretization is a practical idea for human capabilities in action with societal impact. So it's very exciting to have this intermediate phase in the conceptual invention of an idea, and now after 10 years, and for me it's 30 years, because, and actually it's 50 years, because I'm 54 and I started age 4, in seeing the whole world as a interdependent system. And for me, it is ecology, it's health, it's education, it's global, it's meaning, it's economy, non-profit, entrepreneurship, society, social justice, food, community, systems, culture, spirituality, local connection, government connection, technology, business, development, individuals, innovation, and poverty. And to me, those are all forms of production, and they all need in new ways of searching and developing this innovating social and technological change. We can all answer this call. It's so important to have this character and this future-oriented innovation, because it is fusion of scientific and ethical knowledge, as suggested by the notions of revolutionary sensibility and responsibility, as Jim Keyes is writing in Education is Freedom. And education really is freedom. It's how we move into the world and how we are exploring science, and NASA is sharing everything with us. It's the greatest adventure of humanity. And I told it yesterday, and I will repeat it again. If we are walking in space, it will take 6 hours. and the safety of our planet and the gravity. How to connect the world. It's communication. Communication brings people together. How is it possible that we're not just smiling at each other on the street? What can we do to help humanity? How can we help humanity? It really is important. And let's stop this fear-based and let's get into what is possible, okay? I'm here to help. I'm a consultant and I'm a diplomat. And I'm also the writer. So I'm helping in very, very many different ways. And if you are willing to start a project, or if you're friends with sponsors, we really wish to connect with you, because we want to have a few speakers traveling to Noord-Beveland and to come here. So we need sponsors. We need the hotel paid for. We need a lot of extras to start it up together. And that's the energy shift that's happening here.